let's continue modifying the body. But first, let's go ahead and put a const here for the stops. Excellent. Now, let's continue here with the column, children. So what we like to do first, I like to put a little padding on the top. So I'm going to say sized box. And let's make the height about 40 pixels. All right. And let's put the image. We want to put that lock. So it's going to be assets. And the assets is going to be assets, our folder, under images. It's going to be the shield user.png. And let's give it a height. So its maximum height is going to be 80 pixels. Perfect. Let's do another size box, little buffer between. And let's also give this a height. Here I'm just going to do 72 pixels. Period. All right, very good. Let me scroll up a little bit. Okay. So now let's go ahead and put a padding. Now on this padding, let's do, of course, edge insets. And I'm going to do all of 16. I want to indent these a little bit in, all 16 pixels. And let's give it a child. The child is going to be a column. So we're going to put inside the column here, when we put children, we're going to put our entry fields. That's why I'm putting a padding and kind of bring it in a little bit more. So what is the first? It's going to be the text, form, field. And what is the controller going to be? So the controller is going to be, the first field is going to be the email. Okay, we're going to have the email. And the text input action, what's it going to be? So this is the keyboard. When a keyboard comes up, what is going to be that action? We want it to be the keyboard say next. Okay, so the enter is going to change into a next item. Knowing that it says, hey, go to the next input. We have email, password, and then confirm password. Let's add a decoration. This is going to help the users get a little help and stuff. So it's going to be an input decoration. And the label text is just a string. So it's just going to be email. So that the user knows, I put the email in here. What is the icon going to be? Let's put the icon to be icons. Let's say mail outline. Okay, perfect. And what is the content padding going to be? So edge insets, perfect. And I like to do this symmetric. So let's do vertical 20. Let me just save this. Vertical 20 and horizontal 20. Actually, I like to make the vertical only 10. Much nicer. Very good. All right, let's continue. So what is our border going to be? Our border. So it's going to be an outline input border. Very good. And the border radius is going to be border radius. I'm going to do circular. I'm going to make this 48 pixels. Excellent. A comma here. And let's save, see how we're looking. That's looking really good. So now after the input decoration here, let me scroll up. What we'd like to do now is put an auto validate mode. And we'd like to do auto validate mode on user interaction. Okay, so as the user interacts, as they're typing, we want to validate. And what is our validator going to be? So it's going to look at the email here, since this is the email. And let's open it up here. Open and close curly brackets. What do we want to return? We want to return a validators, which we created in previous lectures. We want to look at the email. We want to pass the email, right? And what do we want to do? We want to return, hey, null if it's okay. If it validates okay, we return a null. But if it's not okay, if the email is no good, what is the error message we would like to return? So it's going to be enter a valid email. And we're going to close that up. If you notice, if you look at the error here, it cannot be assigned to a private string because it's optional. So we're going to unwrap it because we are going to pass values here, okay? And let's go ahead and hit save. That's starting to look really, really, really good. So we got the validator. So next, after the validator, what do we want to do? We want to do onChanged. Okay. So onChanged, of course, still the email. So what we're going to do here, let me scroll up a little bit. Very good. So now in change, what we want to do is we want to call our login register logic, right? And what do we want to do? So we want to say check, register, email, and password, right? And confirm. So what do we want to pass here? The email. Let me just save. I'm going to bring this around here. So the email is going to be the email from the controller, the email controller, the text. The password is going to be the password controller text. And let's go to the next one. Yes, that's going to be the password confirm controller text, right? Perfect. And let's close that up. Let's save. And that's looking really good. So we're calling the register logic, the method check, register email and password, and confirm. If everything is good, and it's going to confirm that all is good. Nice. Now you continued adding to the body structure, the security image, the padding, columns, the email text form field, right? Next, you'll add the password text form field and the confirm password text form field.